All right, for cooking in the frying pan or saute pan, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna cook up some chicken breast. And I got a whole bird here because the baking section, the one I talk about cooking in the oven, I'm gonna use the dark meat for that. So I'm gonna cut up this chicken real quick, and then I'll also cut up the breasts for the video. So I'm not gonna do a full demo on this today. You can find it on my website. I'm just gonna cut it up real fast. But the whole idea of this video was to show you that if you look at my whole surface area, I got everything really clean here. And if this is too much for you, you could skip ahead in the video if you don't want to watch this. You know, some people don't like this cutting up raw chickens, but my example would be, for this, what I'm talking about in this video is I have this cutting board that is specifically for cutting up my chicken, right? It's got the trough here for any juices. I got a clean area. I got a plate all ready for that I'm gonna put the dark meat for that other video, okay? So I got my legs here. Well, chicken leg quarters. Don't forget to get that oyster, super important. Anyway, but my demonstration here is to show I have a nice clean area after I cut these up. I got my drum, got a thigh, another drum, another thigh, wings. I cut the wing tips off just because I don't like the look of those. I consider the wings the dark meat too. So this now will go in the refrigerator. Everything was really cold. I prepared that chicken. That'll go for the other video and get cold again. And then I'm just gonna cut up these chicken breasts. So I'll throw those in the fridge right now. If you're cooking in a frying pan and you're trying to cook a whole breast, there's the fat part of the breast, and then there's the thin part too. And one's going to cook more than the other. So now you got to make a decision. Are you all right with a little bit of the chicken breast being a little overcooked rather than the other part? Or do you want to cook it all the same? What I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to show you cooking it all at the same time. And for the sake of this video, I'll probably take the skin off these breasts. Because that's probably how you're going to get the chicken, unless you're cutting up your own chickens, which I highly recommend. This you can save, and you can use this to make chicken stock. So here we got 2 tenderloins. We'll pull those off. And then I'm going to grab the skin off of these because just for the sake of the video. There's a little bit of fat left on there. We'll leave that. That'll give us some flavor. Chicken breast doesn't have a lot of fat. And if we all know, what does fat do? It enhances the flavor, right? Now it's important when you're doing something like this too to keep the cutting board there. And actually under this cutting board I have a paper towel that's wet, it's damp. Put that down, then your cutting board, and it keeps it a lot more rigid so it doesn't move around. All right, so we have 2 beautiful chicken breasts here, right? I'm gonna show you how we'd cut it up. Like you'd maybe typically chunk one up, right? And maybe use it for a stir fry. So I'll cut one up that way, and then I'll cut the other one where I wanna get a pretty even thickness. I'm gonna almost butterfly it, but I'm really gonna cut it in half. And that way, in the frying pan, I can show you how we can brown it quickly. That chicken you could use for all kinds of things. You could use it for a chicken salad. You could use it for a Caesar salad. You could use it for, you could add that into a stir fry. You could just eat it that way with a vegetable or anything when you're making dinner. But I'll just show you both ways. So here's the chicken breast that I'm just gonna slice in half. I'm gonna slice in half, okay? And we're gonna try to keep it consistent because we want to cook it evenly. If you bring it more to the edge of your cutting board, you can get your knife down here to have it flat and parallel across through the chicken. If you have it in here, you have a hard time trying to get it, the angle of your knife is at an angle and you're not going to cut it through evenly through this whole piece of chicken. So if you come over here, you're able to cut it more to the same thickness all the way through because you can keep your knife parallel to the cutting board. And now you got two almost even thicknesses that we're going to be able to fry up in the frying pan. So we'll leave those here. Now for the other chicken breast, where you want to cut up, say, chunks for a stir fry or something. Obviously, this part of the chicken is not as thick. So we're going to kind of eliminate there, right? Cut that up. And then cut this into some chunks. And they're all going to be the same thickness. That way they cook the same, right? Now the thicker part, same thing. Same width. And the beauty of cooking your chicken this way, say you're making chicken with rice or something like that, is now you give the chicken the opportunity to brown all around the chicken, which in return is going to give you more flavor. A full chicken breast, you don't get as much as that flavor through the whole piece. You don't get all that browning. So once again, just make sure you're getting them all relatively the same size. So now we got chicken breast that we can saute. We got a couple tenderloins that we can cook. And we got the chunks. And as you can see, they're all about the same thickness. So while I have the raw chicken out here, I'm going to salt all the chicken before I do my frying pan video. So I'm going to wash my hands and then I'll salt the chicken. All right, so let's grab some salt and put it on here. This chicken's already a little bit sticky, and I'm going to use oil in the pan, so I don't need to oil it right now. Make sure your hand's super dry before you add that salt. It just sticks to it. And what we want to think about is just consider, salting liberally. And to the thickness of the chicken. Like obviously if this was a big steak, you wouldn't go this, you would go heavier. Your tenderloins are tiny. This is some really coarse salt, so you don't have to go too crazy. The chunks you could just spread out like that. All right. And then flip over. And depending on how much you salted, decide how much you're going to put on the other side. That dark meat too, I would have salted that too, but I'm going to actually do a little bit of seasoning on it. So I'm going to do all that at once. All right, so now I'm just going to take the chicken. I'm just going to get it on a plate. That way it's ready when I go to start frying. So now consider, right, that chicken came out of the fridge cold. I prepared it as quickly as possible. And then in between whatever I'm doing, unless you're going to cook with it right away, keep that chicken cold. Get it back in the fridge, but use it, right away. Don't be waiting for it. Once you start prepping chicken, it's got to stay cold through the whole process pretty much until you actually cook it. Do not let it sit out. So that'll go back in the fridge, and then I'm going to clean up this whole area. The cutting boards, everything will get washed, put away, and then I'm ready to actually start cooking. And the only thing that it could cross-contaminate is the chicken that's in that plate. But that plate is the only thing. And then maybe my hand then, and I'll wash it.